Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Janavalabha Yadi Vadadhare Gopi Janavalabha Yadi Vadadhare Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatiya Vanashare Yamunatira Vanashare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Vallabha Yadi Vadadhare Gopi Jana Vallabha Yadi Vadadhare Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunadhira Vanashare Yamunadhira Vanashare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtatarashatshi Shrimati Dhananga Swami Abhay Chanaravind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Bhishmashtami Mahamahotsava Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jaya Shri Shri Guru Brahma Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimad Gopal Krishna Swami Nityananda Prabhupada Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya How many of you can understand English? 50%. Yes. Who will translate for others? in the back, so he can announce. Hindi translation in the back. So today we will read from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 9, the passing away of Bhishmadeva, verse 23. Guru Maharaj was given classes on this verse, maybe 100 times. So it's his favorite verse. Bhaktya mano yasmin Bhaktya mano yasmin Vachayan nama kirtayan Vachayan nama kirtayan Tyajan kalevaram yogi Tyajan kalevaram yogi Muchyate kama karma bhi Muchyate kama karma bhi Bhaktya mano yasmin Vachaya nama kirtayan Tyajan kalevaram yogi Muchyate kama karma bhi. Please repeat. Ladies, Mataji. Bhaktya with devout attention. Avesya, meditating, manaha, mind, yasmin, in whose, vacha, by words, what, yat, Krishna, nama, holy name, kirtayan, by chanting, tyajan, quitting, kalevaram, this material body, yogi, the devotee, muchyate, gets release, kama karma from fruitive activities. The personality of Godhead, who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation and by chanting of the holy name, releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive activities at the time of his quitting the material body. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Yoga means concentration of the mind detached from all other subject matter. And actually, such concentration is samadhi, or 100% engagement in the service of the Lord. And one who concentrates his attention in that manner is called yogi. Such a yogi, devotee of the Lord, engages himself 24 hours daily in the service of the Lord, so that his whole attention is engrossed with the thoughts of the Lord in ninefold devotional service, namely hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, praying, becoming a voluntary servant, carrying out orders, establishing a friendly relationship, or offering all that one may possess in the service of the Lord. By such practice of yoga, or linking up in the service of the Lord, one is recognized by the Lord Himself, as it is explained in the Bhagavad Gita concerning the highest perfectional stage of samadhi. The Lord calls such a rare devotee the best amongst all the yogis. Such a perfect yogi is enabled by the divine grace of the Lord to concentrate his mind upon the Lord with a perfect sense of consciousness, and thus by chanting His holy name before quitting the body, the yogi is at once transferred to the internal energy of the Lord, to one of the eternal planets, where there is no question of material life and its concomitant factors. In material existence, a living being has to endure the material conditions of the threefold miseries, life after life, according to his fruitive work. Such material life is produced by material desires only. Devotional service to the Lord does not kill the natural desires of the living being, but they are applied at the right cause of devotional service. This qualifies the desire to be transferred to the spiritual sky. General Bhishmadeva is referring to a particular type of yoga called Bhakti yoga, and he was fortunate enough to have the Lord directly in his presence before he quitted his material body. He therefore desired that the Lord stay before his view in the following verses. Bhaktiveshyamano yasmin vachayanama kirtayan tyajan kalevaram yogi muchyate kama karmabhi. The personality of Godhead, who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation, and by chanting of the holy name, releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive activities at the time of his quitting the material body. Om Jnana Timirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhuttare Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindha Dinavana Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutare Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutane Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatyade Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today is Bhishmashtami, day related to Bhishmadeva, one of the main heroes of Mahabharata, and also he is playing an important role in Srimad Bhagavatam. He is giving instructions to Maharaj Yudhishthira and other Pandavas. He was the greatest warrior in the world at that time. At that time, warriors were coming together on the battlefield and facing each other. They were started the fight, but now they are sitting in some remote place and shooting some rockets, and nobody can see them. There are no kshatriyas at the moment, only hiding persons. But at that time, the kshatriyas were going out on the battlefield and they were fighting personally. They were not sending others to be killed, but they were going out themselves, and Bhishmadeva was the greatest warrior at that time. Nobody could defeat him face to face. But by Krishna's arrangement, he was defeated. But it was not actually a defeat. He did not lose the battle. He was lying on the bed of arrows. He did not touch the earth. So he was not defeated actually. But he was waiting for the time that was auspicious to leave the body. Auspicious time comes when the sun turns to the Uttarayan. Yes, it's called Uttarayan, northern path. It starts from the 14th of January, from Makar Sankranti. The sun is turning to the Uttarayan, and the day of the demigods starts on the 14th. So now it's a day of demigods. And Bhishmadeva was waiting for this time, because this time is auspicious to leave the body. And Lord Krishna came to his place. He was lying down. Now it's called Bhishma Kund. Bhishma Kund. In Kurukshetra, the place where Bhishmadeva was lying on the bed of arrows, and Krishna, Pandavas, and all sages, they came to be present when Bhishmadeva would leave the body. And Krishna has inspired Maharaj Yudhishthira to ask the questions. So Bhishmadeva was explaining Bhagavad Dharma to Raja Dharma and Bhagavad Dharma to Maharaj Yudhishthira. Bhishmadeva was very happy to see the Pandavas victorious because they had so many problems, but finally they became victorious by Krishna's grace, and Bhishmadeva was so happy to see them as the winners. And he described this great knowledge of Bhakti Yoga to Maharaj Yudhishthira. He got an instruction from Jahnu Muni. There is a place in Navadvip called Jahnudvip. It is said that Bhishmadeva came to that place and he received instructions from Jahnu Muni on Bhagavad Dharma, and then he gave these instructions to Maharaj Yudhishthira. His actual name was Devavrata. Devavrata, yes. But because he gave this vow, great vow of celibacy, which usually is not given by the Kshatriyas, no Kshatriyas was brahmacharis, but only Bhishmadeva was this outstanding example of a great warrior who gave the vow of celibacy. And the demigods, they were watching this scene when he gave this vow, and they started to shout, Bhishma, Bhishma, means horrible, because it's usually impossible for the Kshatriyas to follow this vow. But Bhishma was very determined, because his father wanted to marry this Satyavati, and the father of Satyavati, he said, it's impossible because you already have Devavrata and he will become the next king, and the sons of my Satyavati, they will not become the king. So Devavrata said that, okay, I'm leaving this possibility to become next king for your sons, for the sons of your daughter Satyavati. But the father of Satyavati, he said, no, you are giving this vow, but your sons, they will claim the throne. So what to do? And Devavrata gave this great vow that I will not marry and I will not have any sons. So the sons of your daughter Satyavati, they will be the next kings. And the demigods, they were watching this scene and they started to shout, Bhishma, Bhishma. From that time he was known as Bhishma. And he was following this vow of celibacy for the whole life, although he had many challenges, especially when he was bringing these two sisters, Amba and Ambalika. He was bringing them. Amba, she wanted to marry him, and she approached Parashuram, who was the spiritual master of Bhishmadeva, and she said that the only person whom I want to marry is Bhishma. You have to do something because he is rejecting me. So Parashuram, he said to Bhishma, you have to marry her. And Bhishma said, there is no way, I gave a vow of celibacy. So Parashuram, he offered him a challenge, we will fight. So if I will defeat you, you have to marry her. if you will defeat me, then you can avoid this. So they started to fight, and they were fighting for 23 days because they were not able to defeat each other. For 23 days they were continuing to fight. And Bhishma had a special type of weapon that can put one to sleep. And it is said in the Vedas, if one is sleeping on the battlefield, he is defeated. So he wanted to use this weapon, but he understood it will be infamy for Parashuram. So he did not use this weapon, but in any way he was announced as a winner of this battle. So he did not have to marry Amba, but she was very furious because of this, and she started to worship Lord Shiva, and she has got a blessing that she will become immediate reason of the death of Bhishmadeva. And she was transformed into a man by the name Shikandin, and Shikandin became the cause of that Bhishma was defeated in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He was lying on the bed of arrows, waiting for the auspicious time, and then he gave all these wonderful instructions. We have the whole chapter in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and there is a bigger chapter in Mahabharata, I think. So there is a bigger chapter when he is giving instructions to Maharaj Yudhishthira. And here we have very important instructions. He is describing the Bhakti Yoga, the essence of all scriptures. And he is saying about the chanting of the holy names. If one is chanting the holy names at the time of death, he will go back to Godhead. So this is the most important instruction that he gave to Maharaj Yudhishthira. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining the importance of chanting of the holy names. So one has to chant the holy names of Krishna every day. And in ideal, he has to chant the holy name 24 hours a day. That is the goal of chanting, to come to the point when we can chant the holy name 24 hours. But because we have so many other services to do, Srila Prabhupada gave us special discount. We can chant 16 rounds every day, at least minimum 16 rounds. We can chant more if we have time. Like I have many friends, they have old age, like 70 years, and they are chanting 64 rounds or 128 rounds because they don't have any other duties. They can chant all day, so they are chanting 64, 128, 192 rounds. Especially on Ekadashi, devotees, they like to chant 24 hours. So if you don't have any other duties, you can chant 24 hours a day. But because it's Kali Yuga, many people, they cannot chant 24 hours. So Srila Prabhupada gave this special discount, at least 16 rounds, but we have to be busy in the service of Krishna all day long. Otherwise, we don't have any excuse not to chant. And also, Srila Prabhupada gives this discount because we have to preach. So many people, they are suffering in this material world. Like now, the war is going on. And many people, they don't have electricity, they don't have heating system, and it's a very cold place where the war is going on, -20, and they don't have any heating. So it's very difficult conditions. They are suffering so much. They don't have electricity, they don't have water, they don't have food. So devotees, they are doing big prasadam distribution in these areas all over Russia and Ukraine. They are doing very big prasadam distribution. Like famous city Mariupol, where the war was in a very heavy stage. Now it's released from the war, and devotees feeding 3,000 people every day in this city, distributing 1,000 kilos of prasadam every day, and also bread prasadam. So they are doing huge prasadam distribution. And people appreciate this very much. And also devotees continue to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books, especially Bhagavad Gita. Many people, they know about Bhagavad Gita and they like to read Bhagavad Gita. So if we could not chant 24 hours a day, we have to be engaged in the service 24 hours a day. It's very important if we want to make progress in our spiritual life. We have to find the way to be engaged all the time in devotional service. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here 9 processes of devotional service, Navavidha Bhakti, beginning from Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. It starts from hearing. First we meet some devotees, we are hearing from them, then we start to chant. If we are hearing and chanting for a long time, so we are getting the ability to remember Krishna. And we can perform other types of devotional service. Srila Rupa Goswami is describing 64 items of devotional service that directly invoke love of Godhead. And also there is an indirect devotional service when we are performing our material duties as an offering to Krishna. They are not invoking love of Godhead, but they are purifying us. So Srila Prabhupada is saying in Bhagavad Gita that when we are going to the factory, we are not part of the factory. We are going there to do this duty as an offering to Krishna. So, okay.
Yes.
So when we are performing our duties, household duties, duties in our job as an offering for Krishna, so we are becoming purified. That's why devotees, they are always, whatever they are doing as an offering for Krishna. And they are finding time to perform direct devotional service, nine processes of devotional service, 64 items of devotional service to invoke love of Godhead. Srila Prabhupada gave us this opportunity to be always engaged in devotional service, so we are very fortunate. we have to use this opportunity at maximum as possible. And Srila Prabhupada gave us books. We can study the science of devotional service. Srila Prabhupada gave us holy name. We can chant the holy name. Srila Prabhupada gave us Society of Devotees, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, because it's impossible to perform devotional service without devotees. So we have to use this opportunity of sadhu sangha to become inspired for devotional service. And today is special day, Bhishmashtami, so we can pray to Bhishmadeva to be always engaged in devotional service. He was thinking of Krishna all the time, had special rasa with Krishna, rivalry rasa. He was fighting with Krishna, but by fighting with Krishna, he brought big satisfaction to Krishna. Krishna was very happy with Bhishmadeva when he was shooting arrows into him. It's very special type of rasa. And he had this great fortune. Krishna came to his bed when he was leaving the body. He could see Krishna at the time of death, so this is perfection of life. He had this great fortune because he satisfied Krishna. Not everybody can get this fortune, only the person who satisfied Krishna can have this fortune. So we can pray today to Bhishmadeva to have this great fortune of performing devotional service, to have this great fortune to remember Krishna at the time of death. He had this fortune. So he can give his blessings to us also. And also those who want to keep brahmacharya for his whole life also can pray to Bhishmadeva. He was the greatest of brahmacharis. Hare Krishna. If anyone have any questions or want to add something about Bhishmadeva. Do we have mic for questions?
Like Maharaj, it is little Russia and Ukraine war. Like in the Kurukshetra, the same situation was happening. So the same thing is happening in Russia also. Definitely this could have affected a lot in preaching and like insecurity also. And maybe between devotee also, Russia and Ukraine, that nationality comes in. So how, can you explain, can you add something, how in this situation, difficult situation, how you train the devotees to face, because this is really, you are facing a real life situation, we are just hearing it, but we don't know when it comes to us, how we will take it actually, and if we can explain how the devotees are prepared and how they are practicing.
How we should face difficulties. This is the main question. It's described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 14. Lord Brahma is offering prayers to Lord Krishna. He is saying, Tantenu kampam susamikshamanam bunjana evat makritam vipakam hridvag vapubir vidadham namaste jiveta yom mukti pade sadaya bhak. He is saying that when the difficulties are coming to a devotee, he is offering his respect to Lord Krishna. He is thanking Krishna. Thank you very much that you gave me only small difficulty, And he is continuing his devotional service and offering his body, words and mind to Krishna. He is becoming eligible for liberation. Mukti pade sadaya bhak. Liberation becomes his rightful claim. So when difficulties are coming, devotees thanking Krishna. Thank you very much. He is seeing the difficulty as a step towards Krishna, the step towards surrender. He wants to surrender more. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying that devotee is very happy when he is facing difficulties. Like Kshatriya who has an opportunity to fight, he becomes very happy. If somebody is approaching him and saying, let's fight, he's very happy. Oh, let's fight. So, in the same way, devotee is meeting difficulties. Oh, difficulty came. Oh, let's fight. So devotee is very happy when he is facing difficulties. And he is very unhappy when no difficulties are coming, because it's like lazy condition, no difficulties. He is unhappy. So devotees, they have a very special approach for difficulties. Materialistic men, they are very unhappy when the difficulty is coming. They, oh, why to me? Why so much? But devotee, he is thinking, oh, that's nice, an opportunity to fight for Krishna. So devotees are facing difficulties with great vigor. They are trying to surrender more, to do more service. Like now, so many difficulties in these war places, and devotees are doing so much service. Although it's quite dangerous in some places near the front line, but they are still distributing prasadam. Sometimes they have to go to the area where they are shooting from both sides. And they are going, bringing prasadam. And they are praying very very much, and they are crossing this place, and people are waiting so much for prasadam, and they are distributing prasadam. They are so happy. Krishna came with prasadam. They are all chanting Hare Krishna. So devotees they consider the difficulty as a blessing of Krishna. They don't consider it's like something horrible. They are thanking Krishna for the difficulties, surrendering more. Any other questions? Mike. Somebody has to fix the mic. Can somebody help to fix the mic?
Swamiji, what is the role of women in this modern world? Like the Vedas mention particular specific duties for men, it's either to be a brahmacharya or do household work, but as we are modernizing, it's us women, we don't know where we stand. Are we supposed to go out to work, or are we supposed to stay at home and raise children or do household jobs? So it's is this pressure of feminism and everything, if we decide to stay at home and, do the grihastha ashram, and engage in that, but then it is considered an attack on feminism. So there's just very confusion about what is our role, where do we stand.
Yes. So, everyone has an opportunity to take part in the 9 processes of devotional service, even at home. At home one can hear about Krishna, one can chant the holy name, one can remember Krishna by performing his duties. So there is no restriction on performing 9 processes of devotional service, so anyone can make spiritual progress even staying at home. But also one can take part in preaching. It's a special blessing to take part in preaching. Like some devotees, they cannot go out on the street to distribute books, but they are using internet to distribute books. Like we have a big internet shop in Russia, it's called Wildberries. For the last year, one devotee, he distributed 35,000 books just by this internet shop. So many devotees, they are putting announcements about Srimad Bhagavatam sets on internet, and they are distribute hundreds of Srimad Bhagavatam sets on internet. So we have so many opportunities to preach, even staying at home, we can do this. We have just to be eager to serve. Krishna will give us intelligence, he will give us an opportunity, but we have to be eager for this service. Why Bhishmadeva was waiting for Uttara, and he was pure devotee, he was always remembering Krishna, he could leave the body at any time and remembering Krishna. This was special arrangement of Krishna that Bhishmadeva would give instructions to Maharaj Yudhishthira. When the battle was finished and Maharaj Yudhishthira he was in great sorrow, he was very sad because so many people were killed. 18 Akshauhinis, yes, 18 Akshauhinis were killed. It's a huge amount of people were killed. So he was thinking that he is guilty of killing these people. And Krishna was trying to pacify him, but he was not successful. So he arranged Bhishma to pacify Maharaj Yudhishthira, to increase the glory of Bhishmadeva. So it was special arrangement of Krishna. Otherwise, Bhishma could leave body at any time. It was not very important for him. Yes. Yes, it's very important to engage our body, mind, words and the soul itself in devotional service. Not only mechanically chant or mechanically use the mala, like Srila Prabhupada was addressing a big audience in Mumbai. There was a big Pandal program in 1977. And he saw a Muslim person in the audience. Usually Muslims, they are not coming to such audiences, but he saw a Muslim person in traditional clothes sitting in the audience, and Srila Prabhupada called him on the stage. Devotee came to bring him on the stage. Srila Prabhupada said, put the chair next to my asana, and Srila Prabhupada was giving a class, and this Muslim person was sitting next to him. And after the class, Srila Prabhupada saw that he has some beads. This Muslim person has some beads. And Srila Prabhupada asked him, what are you doing with the beads? He said, I'm just rolling the beads. Srila Prabhupada said, no, the beads are not for rolling. The beads are for chanting. And he preached to this Muslim person, you have to chant the names of Allah. And he was very respectful for Srila Prabhupada, so he has got a lot of mercy, personal instructions from Srila Prabhupada. And it's very important not just to roll the beads, it's important to chant and hear. So we have to be very concentrated. Concentration is stressed in this verse. We have to be very concentrated, we have to hear the holy name, and we have to pray. It's a prayer, it's not just some type of magic mantra. We have to pray, we have to understand the meaning of this mantra, what we are praying for in this chanting. So we have to be very conscious when we are chanting. We have to understand, I am servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the master of the gopis. Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayo Dasa Dasa Anu Dasa. And if we are chanting in this mood that I am the servant, and the purpose of my chanting is to satisfy Radha and Krishna, and Krishna is very satisfied. It is said that Krishna is very satisfied when he is hearing the name of Radha, and Radha is very satisfied when she is hearing the names of Krishna. So we are chanting both the names of Radha and Krishna. We can satisfy Radha and Krishna by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is a mantra which is chanted by the gopis actually. When the Radha is feeling great separation from Krishna, the gopis, they start to chant Hare Krishna mantra. So it's very special mantra. That's why it's not mentioned anywhere in Srimad Bhagavatam. You will not find any verse where the Hare Krishna mantra is directly in the shloka. No such shloka in the Srimad Bhagavatam, no such shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. It's very sacred mantra. Only 2 places in the Vedas when the Hare Krishna mantra is directly mentioned. Kali Santarana Upanishad, Iti Shodashakam Namnam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Natta Parataropaya, Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So actually it's a mantra chanted by the gopis. It's very sacred mantra, but by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, Guru Parampara and Lord Chaitanya, we have an opportunity to chant this very special mantra, but we should understand the purpose of this chanting. It's not just to relieve my headache or to relieve from the difficulties. It's a very special mantra. We can directly satisfy Radha and Krishna by chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. If you want to satisfy them. If you want to be relieved from headache, maybe this mantra will relieve us from headache, but we will not get the best use of this mantra. So we have to be very conscious when we are chanting Hare Krishna. Yes. Guru Maharaj said to me that I want you to distribute books till the end of your life, so I don't have any other choice. He asked me, don't you mind if I want you to distribute books till the end of your life? Yes, I said I will be very happy if it will satisfy you. So it's desire of our spiritual master. He wants these books to be distributed in every town and village. So devotees are very eager to go. Like 2 years ago, devotees finally they came to Antarctica. Yes, it's English name, Antarctica also. Yes, they came to Antarctica. It's a place where hardly you can find any people. Only white bears are there, but there are some polar stations, and some people are there. So devotee, he did Harinam there in Antarctica. He went from one polar station to other, and he was distributing books. We don't have to go to Antarctica, we can distribute big books here. But some devotees, they like to go to some extreme places, like we have one brahmachari, he went to Iran a few years ago. He was traveling to different cities and he was distributing books in complete ecstasy. He was going there for 2 or 3 years, but finally he was caught by the police. And he was in a difficult situation because any missionary activities are illegal in Iran. So they caught him, they put him into the police station, and they were not able to understand who is he, because he is not Christian, he is not any other type of religion. They did not knew anything about Krishna consciousness. So they were trying to investigate who is he. So they called Russian embassy. We have one person, we don't understand who is he. Can you come and clarify situation? So Russian ambassador came to the police station. And he said, it's our Hare Krishna. I am taking him with me. And he released him from police station and sent him back to Russia. Now he cannot come again to Iran, so he decided to go to Pakistan. He applied for visa, but they were very suspicious and they did not give him the visa. There are some devotees, they like some extreme places for book distribution. Like I have one friend, he likes to go to Arabic countries. This marathon, he was distributing books in Morocco. And he likes very much these Arabic countries. And he is distributing the book Perfection of Yoga, because yoga is allowed in Arabic countries, it's allowed. So he is distributing these books. Everyone is asking, is it religion? He said, no, it's not religion, it's just Bhakti, yoga. You can chant Hare Krishna, it's yoga. So he distributed a lot of this perfection of yoga in Morocco. He has many photos with these young people, and mainly he is approaching young people. They are quite open-minded and they like yoga. So some devotees, they are going to very extreme places. It's very dangerous. They can be put in for 20 years into jail, but still they have complete faith that Krishna will protect them, and Krishna is protecting them. At least we have to go out. Not so much danger is here, so we can approach some people with the books and help them to become happy. Many devotees, they are approaching people and they are saying to them, these are books that can help you to become happy. Very simple. And people are buying the books because everybody wants to become happy. Last year I was traveling around Russia, distributing books in the middle part of Russia, Urals. And I came to one small city, Kopeysk, and I was going office to office. Devotees prepared prasadam. There was only one family there. They cooked prasadam for us. We took prasadam, and after lunch we continued to distribute books. We came to one office. I showed them the books, but the boss was absent, so we went out by car. We were driving, and the boss came to the office, and people said that some important person came to meet you, but he was absent, so he immediately came to the car and started to chase us. And after maybe 10 minutes, we were standing on the street light, red light, and he immediately came out of the car and he said, "My name is Ivan, you just came to my office, stop here, we will talk with you." So we came to the parking place and I showed him the books. He said, "Actually, I'm atheist. I don't know what to do with these books, but my friend, he will be interested, so I will take one set." He took the book. Krishna has inspired him to chase us. So we have to go out, and Krishna is in everyone's heart. He will inspire some people to get the books. So it's time to stop. Hare Krishna. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Bhishmashtami Maha Mahotsava ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees.